So it's like this. Anything in this created world can be a model for the rest of life. There are abundant pictures if you just turn aside and see and think about it. I'm going to start with one that might surprise a lot of people, that you could find spiritual truth in such a thing. And that is the concept of a fractal zoom. Now, I don't know if you've seen these on YouTube. They're quite popular in the geekosphere, specifically the Mandelbrot zoom. And if you haven't seen one, you can just type in the words fractal zoom into YouTube and you'll get plenty, I promise you. Please come back after you start watching them, because if you have any wonder at all in you, you'll be amazed. And as I said, Mandelbrot is so famous that even the regions of it have names. So it's kind of a rock star among geeks. In fact, I'm wearing a t-shirt with the Mandelbrot shape on it. And in a fractal zoom, what happens is, through the wonders of math and computer technology, we actually zoom through successive layers of one formula with an increasing series of numbers feeding into it. And we just see one formula spread out over time and space. Simple math. It is pretty simple, but the results are complex, breathtaking, and beautiful. And a fractal is a shape that keeps on repeating on every successive layer of the picture. A recognizable shape. You zoom in and you think you've lost it, and yet there it is again. You zoom some more, color swirls. It's a chaotic looking thing when you watch it, and people set all kinds of music to it. But there it is again, that shape. You almost get dizzy. In fact, I have a friend who can't even watch them because she gets dizzy as the camera, if you will, zooms in on reality, on mathematical reality. And yet, just when you think you're seeing a dot at the center of the screen, yet again, there's that recognizable shape of the math. Truth on every level. There's so much to say about a fractal zoom. I could go on and on about it. And I may in a successive series of video blogs. But in this first one, I just want to share with you the inspiration that you can feel when you watch a fractal zoom and maybe not comprehend what it means completely. Somehow when you watch the beauty of a fractal zoom, it just seems to give you some kind of an emotional hope that doesn't make sense to your rational mind. And I want to tell you, that hope is the fact that is stated in Ecclesiastes 3:11, which says, God has made everything beautiful in its time, and He has set eternity in the hearts of men. Somewhere deep within you, there's a knowing, because you have eternity set in your heart, no matter who you are. We were made as spirits, and our spirit somehow intuitively knows that we're connected to something beyond time and space. And in that heart, there's a knowing that things just should be beautiful. That truth, when it does appear, is going to have an intrinsic beauty that makes life make sense. Now, we don't always see that beauty when we're zooming throughout our life. When we're zooming through the chaos of our lives, we often feel like we're swirling. Where's that beauty? It seems like all is death, decay, and disorder. And yet, so many times, we catch a glimpse here, there. We catch a little hope. We catch the shape in the fleeting transit of our life that is beauty. And I want to submit to you, that's a model of God. That's a model of a real God interacting with man. That when you see that beauty, He's shown up again. And that our lives are more like a fractal zoom than they are like a static picture. He has made everything beautiful in its time. If it's not yet beautiful, it's not yet time. Don't give up on your fractal zoom until your situation yields that beauty that wants to manifest. There's beauty wired into the fabric of the universe. There's beauty hardwired into your spirit, and they want to connect. And that is God. That vision of redemption, that vision of the cross covering everything and changing it to beauty is what wants to manifest for every one of our lives. He set eternity in man's heart. Now, there's an amazing movie called The Race for the Double Helix, where Watson and Crick are passionately pursuing the structure of DNA. And there's a great scene where they propose a structure before the amazing double helix has been elucidated. They propose a structure, or someone does. And the response in the film is, that can't be it. It's not beautiful. They reject a model of DNA on the basis that whatever this thing is at the center of our existence, it has to take your breath away. I want to tell you that God has some things for the center of your existence, already in the center of your existence, that when you see them, they will take your breath away. Believe it, and just open your heart and look for it, and everything will change. That fractal zoom of chaos can be the ride to the next layer of the beauty that is God. That continues, as the second part of Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, continues through beyond the beginning and the end, through eternity. He set eternity in our hearts so that man cannot find it out from the beginning to the end. In other words, in the volume of the book it is written, this life we're living is bigger than any one of us, and it's bigger than all of us. And there are big things to be done and big beauty to be manifested. He set eternity in our hearts. It's a fractal zoom. Buckle your seatbelt, believe, open up, and ask God. Maybe you never have before. Maybe it's the first time. Ask Him to show you that fractal of your particular brand of beauty, your fractal zoom, your ride of your life. It could change everything.